and I need to stop and take a moment to take a deep breath and do some self-care. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to focus on a very important topic. At least I feel it's important to me, and I'm thinking that maybe it will be valuable and useful to some of you out there as well. So as teachers, we are in the care of taking care of others, and we sometimes give so much of ourselves to others that we sometimes forget to take care of ourselves. So this video is going to be dedicated to some self-care tips that I go to from time and time again when I am in need of some self-care, when I feel like I'm down, when I feel like I'm getting burnt out, when I feel overwhelmed or stressed. These are the things that I have to remind myself to go ahead and turn to so that I can also take care of myself. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, how are we going to be expected to also take care of those that are around us? So I hope that this video is meaningful for you, and that I'm able to provide some tips and ideas to also help you remember to take time for self-care. If you have any other ideas for self-care, or actually let me know in the comments down below, what are your go-to things to do when you want to take care of yourself? So without further ado, I'm going to show you. I started to kind of think of some kind of visual way, because I'm a very visual person, some kind of visual way that I can create something so that I can come back to it. I can take a picture of it, save it on my phone so that I can look at it from time to time. I can laminate it, put it somewhere in my bedroom so that I am reminded of those self-care go-tos that are part of my self-care toolkit that I can refer to so that I can go ahead and take care of myself. And the reason for this video is because the past couple of weeks have been really stressful and overwhelming to me. I am someone that feels things deeply, and different things affect me greatly to the point that it really makes me depressed, and it makes me feel super sad and just overwhelmed. And I had to stop and reflect on what I need to do to make sure that I address those feelings. I definitely need to let myself feel, but I also need to take care of myself and do the things that I know have worked for me in the past. And I feel it's very important that I address that, so that in creating this video, I'm creating it for me, but I'm thinking that maybe someone out there will find it as a useful video to them as well. So without further ado, I'm going to probably see if I can do a speed through of what I'm working on. I'm very artistic. I like to express myself not only in the written word and also videotaping myself as well, but in drawing. So that's what I'm creating right now. I'm kind of drawing like an informational graphic for myself on different self-care ideas. So what I'm thinking, I don't know if it'll work, but what I'm thinking of doing is hopefully doing like a speed through of me creating this sheet, and then I'll talk to you about some of the items that are on that paper and reasons why they are my go-to ideas for doing self-care and taking care of myself. So stick around. So as you saw in the speed through, I went ahead and I created this self-care toolkit, and it has 4 different sections: mind, body, and spirit, rest and relaxation, self-expression, and companionship. And now I'm going to talk to you more about this toolkit. All right, so as you saw in the speed through, I showed you my self-care toolkit kind of infographic or doodle, if you will call it. And I was inspired by someone that I found on Pinterest, so I'll link that post in the description box so you can kind of see her bullet journal entry that includes her self-care ideas. And I took some of hers because I already do them as it is. So here's the graphic again that I created. And right now it looks very blank to me. I'm someone that if I'm starting to work on something similar to this, I need to put color on it. I do color and draw things and I leave them black and white, but this particular thing I do want to color and probably maybe put in one of those Dollar Tree $1 frames that you would put documents in and put it up somewhere, whether it's in my room, maybe I can even make a copy of it and leave one here at school with me as well. So for mind, body, and spirit, these are things that are good for the mind, the body, and your spirit. So definitely mindfulness. I have a mindful app. There's different ones. I have one that is free and it kind of talks to you and tells you to breathe and breathe out. But there are also some guided meditations, which is my number 2 after mindfulness. And I love guided meditations. I've found a couple of them on YouTube that I follow, and they kind of guide you and you're meditating with a purpose. So it's really cool. They call it hypnosis, but it's basically guided meditation. So if I find some of my favorite videos, I'll also link them down below. Prayer, of course, affirmations, definitely. Yoga, I love Yoga with Adriene here on YouTube. She has a lot of free yoga videos that you can follow along, whether it's just a few minutes or half an hour or an hour if you have that time. But even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes of nice yoga, stretching, and breathing, it's really good. Walking out in nature is one of my favorite ones. And I didn't have an opportunity to do it today, but sometimes I may have time at the end of the day, or maybe during one of my planning breaks, I can just walk outside. I am very blessed to live so close to the bay that I can just walk outside and within minutes, I'm right by the ocean. So I can look at the water and then walk back to school and continue my day. A mani-pedi, whether you do it on your own or you go get it done, you know, it's a really good way to take care of yourself. I actually love doing my own mani-pedis. I have fun doing it. I haven't done it in a long time and I need to, because along with feeling sad and down and depressed sometimes, I also have anxiety and I suffer with anxiety. So I'm a nail biter. And my nails had gotten really long and I was really proud of myself a couple years ago. But then this past year, I stopped painting them and I started biting them again. And I'm slowly working my way from inside of my hand all the way to the middle so far. I gotta stop. And the only way that I know how to stop, it works for me, doesn't work for everyone. If you're a nail biter, you just have to find what works for you. And you have to also remember 21 days to make or break a habit. So if you're a nail biter, you gotta give yourself 21 days, do something to help you not bite your nails. For me, is painting them. So if they're painted, I actually do not bite my nails. So that's one of the things that I want to get back to. The other thing that I put under mind, body, and spirit is eating a healthy snack or just eating healthy foods in general. Writing gratitudes down in a gratitude journal. Just stop and reflect on things that you are grateful for. And I saw this idea just today and I'm like, wow, what a great idea. Have a digital vision board. So go to Pinterest, make a board that is just for positive affirmations and start pinning a lot of quotes or inspirational graphics so that whenever you're not feeling great and you know that you need to do some self-care, you can just pop open your phone, open the Pinterest app and look at your digital vision board. And you could do this vision board not just for self-care to kind of like help you get into a brighter spirit or mood, but for many different things. So I just had that idea and I wanted to share that. So the next area is rest and relaxation. And under rest and relaxation, I put diffuse essential oils, which I only have one in my classroom, but I am making it a point to go on Amazon hopefully today and purchasing a essential oils diffuser to keep in my bedroom so I can diffuse essential oils as a form of self-care. Also listening to uplifting music. I can go back and forth. I have my playlist in my iPhone of worship songs that I love to listen to that lift my spirits. Or you can just have a playlist of peppy and really upbeat music to get you going, and maybe you do a little dance break while you're listening to it. Also, if you have Alexa like I do, I can actually ask Alexa to play a dance mix or any kind of music and she starts playing it so I can have a little spontaneous 5-minute dance party. All right, take a power nap. So sometimes when you are tired and you realize that you need to do some self-care, it is important to nap. But for me, I have to be careful with this one because I will be the one that if I am not feeling well, I will stay in my bed the entire day if it's not a day that I have to come into work. So I have to be careful with that one. I am more of the type that if I am not feeling good, if my mood is down, I need to go walk outside and go into nature. Watch a movie. So it could be a favorite movie that you watch at home, or you could actually go and take yourself out to a theater and maybe watch a current movie that's out. That's always something good to do. Read a good book. Now, not just a book that, is good for teaching on your profession, but there are books that are like that are fun to read as well. But read a book that you're going to really be surrounded by the story and the characters and the setting and what the story is about. So that's always a good thing. Watch the ocean. That's one of my favorite things to do. I just love to drive out to the ocean, which is only about 10-15 minutes away from me. I live about 7 miles away from the ocean, so that is a blessing in itself. And I just like to go park my car, walk to the beach, sit on the sand, and just watch the waves come crashing in upon the shore. So that's one of my things to do. Drink mint tea. There's something about peppermint, mint, spearmint, green tea with mint that just is relaxing and soothing. So I know that for sure today I'm gonna go home, I'm going to make some warm mint tea, and I'm just gonna sit down and sip my tea and relax. Play video games. Yes, this is one that I also have to watch out, because I could be playing video games an entire afternoon and then not do other stuff that I should be doing. So I gotta be careful with that one. But playing video games is a really good way to rest and relax. Now, moving on to my next little category is self-expression. So some of the things that I like to do for self-care that I haven't done a lot recently, and that tells me that I need to get back to it. It's free writing. I just have notebooks and I just write whatever thoughts are in my mind. Sometimes a story comes out of them. Sometimes it's just random thoughts that turn into something poetic, which I know I also put here, write poetry. So writing basically is one of my tools that I use when I need to practice some self-care. Drawing is another tool that I use. And sometimes I can draw my feelings, or I can just doodle and draw just to release whatever is in my mind and just get distracted. And it sometimes is a form of almost meditation when I draw. Sing or dance, which goes back to rest and relaxation in a way. If you're listening to music, you might start singing and dancing along to it. Paint something. And when I say paint something, I don't necessarily have painting equipment at home, but there is a place near me. There's two different companies. One is Painting with a Twist, and the other one is a Painting Fiesta, and they hold painting classes. They're about $30 to $45 depending on what you are painting, and the sessions last about an hour or hour and a half long, and you just go and you paint whatever it is that you choose to paint. And it's great to meet other people, have conversations, and also do some self-care as a form of self-expression. The last part is companionship. So sometimes what we need is the companionship of other people. So I put here, call a friend, write a letter to a friend or to someone, meet someone for lunch like I just did this past week, get a coffee with someone, or just go and visit a friend. So these are the different tools that I have put together in my toolkit for self-care. The bottom line is that regardless of any of these things, if they don't work for you, that's fine. When it comes to self-care, all you have to do is find what works for you. And just remember that it's important to take care of yourself. And sometimes as a mom, we feel guilty because, we feel like we're taking time away from spending time with our family or with our kids. But you also need to take care of yourself so you can be the healthiest version of you for your family and for your friends. This time of year is super stressful for a lot of teachers, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one out there. We're in crunch time for the state assessment. This is halfway through the year. This week is super crowded because grades are due for progress reports, and there's just so many demands coming down just for our jobs all by itself. And then you add to that everything else that we deal with as human beings. I am a mother, I'm a single parent. There's a lot of different things that add to that. And also recently I started having car issues. So my car is at the shop, which hopefully I can pick up today. So those things all bundle up and add up to just one word. And plus everything else that's going on in the world that is really like shattering. The one word that has summed up all those feelings is the word overwhelmed. I just feel overwhelmed overall in a variety of different areas. And I am someone that just takes everything in, even if I don't want to. I absorb all the feelings, all the emotions. My brother tells me that I'm an empath, and that pretty much describes me to a T, pretty much. And I just have to stop and realize that, yes, these are big feelings that are going on in my mind and that I am experiencing. And I need to stop and take a moment to take a deep breath and do some self-care. And I'm not saying that all of the things that I shared in my toolkit are things that I use at the same time. I choose maybe one activity and I try to do something, at least one thing a day that I know that I took time, even if it's just 10, 15, 30 minutes. I just took that time for myself because I'm important and it's important for me to take care of myself as well. So that's basically my self-care kind of video today. And I just want to backtrack a little bit. When I went into the drawing for self-expression, I want to show you what I did today with our faculty meeting agenda. One second. Oh, it's right here. So today we had a faculty meeting in school, and sometimes as a way to help me kind of focus on what they're talking about, my brain has to be focused on many things at once. I have ADHD, so I need to be engaged doing something. Just sitting there and listening to someone speak is not enough for me. So to help me focus on what they're saying and the information they're providing us, I doodle. So this is what I did today to our faculty agenda. Our faculty meeting agenda turned into a doodle. And I really love this guy. He's just like peeking down from there, ninja style. So that's basically some proof that I do doodle. I love doodling, and that was kind of therapeutic as I was doing it. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. If you have any other ideas for self-care, don't forget to leave them in the comments down below. And also, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile.